Like, this isn't your first time in New York, you've been.
It's like my first time like actually exploring and doing things.
Scariest exit ever. Millie is terrified of the subway. Survived. Oh, we have 4 seconds. Now let's wait.
Yeah. And it's so quick. Like, what was that? That was only like 15 minutes.
Yeah, it's faster because we're used to the DC, like the metro in DC, which is super slow and it takes forever, and like you have to stop at every stop along the way. There's no express trains. Like here you can bypass. Like the one we were on just now went from like where I live straight down, like it passed all the stops, and usually it's local. So I love when that happens. It's super fast. And then we're here. And also with New York, you don't have to swipe your card again. Like in DC, you have to swipe your card to get in, and then when you get to where you need to be, you have to like swipe it again, and it charges you based on where you go. It's not just like a flat rate.
It's like triple the price.
Yeah, it is. I've been trying to get Millie to visit me for so long, and she's finally here. She was just saying like, I feel like this is a dream. I'm like, I feel like this is a dream because I never thought this day would come. I've been like, Millie, come to New York. And she's like, I'm busy. Oh, I have stuff going on. And yet I'll see her go to like other things on the weekends. I'm like, you have time. Just come visit me.
It's just so far to go for like 2 days.
Yeah,
so,
that's
like,
true.
Now that I have fall break, like I have a good like we have 3 full days together. So it's like, that's fine.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm gonna see like Nate Archibald and his dad just running towards us on the sidewalk.
To leave that area because there's so many screaming children and it was getting stressful. But yeah, that was the area with like all the animals. Like you walk, I didn't really get any footage, but you walk through and you see all the little animal exhibits, and it reminds me of, remember the movie The Nanny Diaries, when in the very beginning she's walking through and it's like people, like animals and stuff.
Yeah, and the people become the animals.
Yeah, I love that scene of that movie, and like every time I'm here I think of that, like the people and the animals. She talks about like anthropology and stuff. So there's 2 types of people at museums. One, the type of person, me, who goes through and like looks at everything and stops and read things and wants to learn as much as possible and like takes everything in. And then there's the second type of person, me, Millie, who just wants to like walk through, look at things. Okay, cool, walk to the next thing, walk to the next. I am like, wait, I need to read this. I need to see this. What is this? What is this? Let's learn about it so I know like what this is. I don't just like look and walk by. So I feel like people get annoyed going to museums with me because I like slow them down. I like to just go and be able to stop and stare at things and like look at everything for a long time. And other people are like, okay, let's go, cool, we got it. So there's this game they would play in Brazil apparently, and like somewhere else, I forget the name of the town. There's a spear, and you throw the spear at the other person, and they have this tiny, tiny shield to protect them. And usually they would get bruised, they would get broken bones and stuff, and it's said that nevertheless, they would carry no grudges. Can you imagine like not holding a grudge against someone who like threw an arrow into your leg? Nowadays we get grudges if like someone does something like the tiniest thing to us. So I think there's something for us to learn from that, you know, to not carry grudges. So also, it's talking about the marriages within Amazonian Indians. They marry with little ceremony, and they marry like a cross cousin, and the bride and groom come from the same or different villages, blah, blah, blah. And they're saying divorce is easy and common, and they said sometimes it is enough to move one's hammock to the opposite end of the house. Can you imagine today, like, I'm divorcing you, move your hammock to the other end of the house. Like, you're sleeping on the other hammock tonight.
It's like the equivalent of like making your husband sleep on the couch.
Yeah, pretty much.
Except it's an actual divorce.
Yeah, but that's like how they would divorce. Yeah. Usual reasons for divorce are adultery, harsh treatment, and laziness. I'm divorcing you because you're lazy.
What about basically a boy, a Kwikuru boy, is expected to find and wrestle with a giant anaconda snake to like prove his manhood and like that he went through puberty.
Dude, it's so interesting learning about like other cultures and what they did, you know?
It's intense. Like we are privileged people. Like what the heck, man? We don't have to go through anything like this. We just live life and then I mean, for girls, it's like, oh, well, that happened. And then for boys, it's just like, well, yep, I'm a man now. So.
I remember when I was younger, I was actually afraid of getting older. I don't know if I ever like admitted this before. I've told a few people this, but I thought everyone had to join the army. I thought like as an adult, you like had to go to war. You had to join the army because mom and dad were in the army. Grandpa was in the army. Like our uncles, you know, aunts. Like not. I don't know if we have aunts.
No,
uncles.
none of our...
But we have a lot of just like military background kind of thing. So I thought when I got old enough, I would have to join too. So I was like scared of getting older. I was like, I don't want to be in the war. I don't want to be in the military. I can't do that. And I was like afraid of getting older. I was like, I just want to be a kid forever and not have to worry about this. But then I realized you didn't have to. You could choose to. So we're looking at this village.
We're so soft and weak. Like, could you imagine like children nowadays, like hiking from that where they live all the way out to the fields, gathering stuff from there and then carrying it back on their back? Like, no.
They'd be like, I'm tired.
They'd be like, can I get Uber?
So on New Year's Eve, they do this dance. It's called the Black Hat Dance. And what they would do was like dance around in these masks to expel the evil spirits from the last year. It's like an exorcism kind of thing. Well, the performance lasts 2 or 3 days. Wow. Wow! Oh, it said replaced rites which may have included human sacrifice and ritual cannibalism. So this replaced that. I thought at first they were going to say accompanied by human sacrifice and cannibalism. Ah, we made it. The reason everyone comes to the museum, they just flock here.
Pretty much. What do you want to say? What do you want to say? I don't know, it's really cool.
So there's like an inside joke with our family that in our old home videos, I used to take the camera and go up to people and be like, what do you want to say? Millie, what do you want to say? Robbie, what do you want to say? Christina, what do you want to say? And everyone would ignore me. I'll just go through each family member. And I feel like to this day I do this and I don't even realize it. I'm like, how do you feel? Or like, what do you want to say? I just like put the camera on someone and like ask them how they feel.
And we still ignore you.
And they still ignore me. Millie, what do you want to say? Successfully explored the museum.
Yay,
How do you
that was
feel?
so cool.
Now we're gonna walk around Central Park. Millie's first chicken and rice experience.
Wow!
Welcome to the magical land of Central Park. We're at Belvedere Castle. I love this view. So, fun fact, if I remember correctly, this is the point at which all weather in New York City is measured. Like, this is the point where, like,
Whoa.
the temperature, the snowfall, whatever is, like, measured here.
Wow, that's cool.
It's, like, the spot. I feel like I'm Belle from Beauty and the Beast going into the castle.
That's funny. I'm sure there was someone.
You look so cute.
It is such a beautiful day. We're just like sitting on the roof of the Belvedere Castle, enjoying the breeze. The amazing weather. I've never been on this trail in Central Park before, so it's nice. I don't think I have actually. I know for a fact though, like before I die, I will in my lifetime have covered every inch of every piece of every trail of Central Park. Because I know throughout my life, like every time I would visit New York, I'd go on these crazy like hours long walking through Central Park, weaving in and out through all the paths, like just in the time I've lived here. And I think this is the first time I've been on this specific trail before.
Very, very. Every piece of every trail of every path. Jeez.
Okay, sorry, I repeat myself too much. Whatever, I just have to like emphasize my point. But yeah, I will have wandered every inch of Central Park before I die. Back to civilization. We're going to the Met. So apparently we need to get a low-fat yogurt and sit on this step.
So we can be Blair and Serena and all the Gossip Girl girls.
What's kind of funny though is like I have friends who, after I moved to New York, I feel like people just assume I have this like fabulous New York life kind of thing. Wait, dude, I met you before. No, it's okay.
Have a good one.
That guy's has definitely like been in my video before though. I need to like
That's so
relink
funny.
that footage.
Go through your videos and find it.
This is not FaceTime.
Hey!
Hey!
She found a good-looking black man.
Yeah, totally.
We're gonna be lovers.
So do you want to self-promote
We're
yourself?
raise a donation, baby.
Okay,
Can
this
you
is
help out?
I don't have money, I'm poor.
You're a wealthy woman. Come on.
You're a rapper?
Yeah.
Okay, do you want
Am
to
I gonna
like...
be your American lover? You gonna give a donation?
I don't have a donation.
That's so funny.
What was I saying though? Oh yeah, so people, when I moved to New York, I feel like people thought I had this like fabulous New York life. Like, oh my gosh, your life is so awesome, you live in New York. I'm like, it's not that glamorous like freaking Gossip Girl people. Now you know what it feels
Wow.
like.
I'm Blair Waldorf. Oh, this is so cool. Or did she sit all the way at the top? I feel like she didn't sit at the very top. She just sat at the top of this one, and then all her little people sat below her.
The funny thing about this whole thing is like you don't even care about art or going to the Met. You just wanted to come here to sit on
Yeah,
the
I just
steps.
wanted a picture on the steps. That's all.
It's showtime. Are you excited?
Wow.
Showtime.
After like 20 minutes of waiting.
Alright, heading back. That's gonna be it for today's vlog because my camera's dying right now, so see everyone tomorrow. Any last words?
I love New York.
Yay, I'm so glad you're here.